Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Diane and today we're going to be making homemade pizza, and I'm going to be using this 00 pizza flour from King Arthur, and I'm going to make it in my bread machine, at least the dough part of it. My bread machine has a pizza function on it, so I'm going to be making mine in the bread machine for the first part to get to the dough to rise. Now the recipe is on the back for your pizza dough, and it makes two 12-inch crusts, but it also gives you just the regular old neat by hand way to do it. And you, after the first rise, so you can stick it in the fridge and let it rise overnight, or at least for 12 hours. That's what it says, 12 hours, if I have read it correctly. I'm going to make it according to the directions of my bread machine, and it tells you exactly what ingredients go in first. So I will be doing that. And I do want to say that because King Arthur is so good about doing their recipes in grams, that I did use my scale today, so everything has been weighed out in grams, so it's precise. It's exactly the way King Arthur has tested it in their kitchens. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Okay, so the recipe says that the water should be between 105 and 115. I normally do mine right at 105, but I'm going to follow the recipe according to King Arthur, and I kind of went to let it get to 110. So I'm going to put in first, according to my bread machine directions, I'm going to put in the water, and that was 3/4 cups or 170 grams of lukewarm water, and then salt, and this is the real salt that I'm using. It's 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt that we're going to sprinkle in there, and then sugar will be next, and it's a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar that goes in. And then the next thing is our flour, and this is 2 cups of the 00 flour, and we're going to pour that in. I want to add that my paddle is in the upright position now. And then I'm just going to make a little well. You know, you always make a little well. And then I'm going to pour in my yeast, and this is just 1/8 of a teaspoon of yeast. And now I'm just going to set it into my machine. It's already set on the pizza dough function. It's going to take 50 minutes, and while that is going, we're going to start browning up our sausage, because we're making sausage and pepperoni pizza today. Okay, so while my pan is getting hot, I'm going to be opening up my sausage, and this is just sweet Italian sausage. I got the Nature's Promise from Food Line. I think that's their store brand, and so that's what I've got, and I'm going to be using. It's not going to take very much. And then here's my pepperoni again. I love this pepperoni. We're not going to put a lot of pepperoni on it, or a lot of sausage. You don't want to overload your pizza. Sometimes if it's overloaded or too heavy, it doesn't taste as well. So we're just going to cut right through this casing here, and we're going to get this wonderful sausage meat out. Again, we're not going to use all of this. You'll be surprised, a little goes a long ways. So you don't need to have a whole lot, because a little will go a long ways. Okay. So I've just used 2.5. It smells good. And I'm going to freeze the rest, and next time I make pizza, I'll have this in place. Only thing I'll have to do is buy some more pepperoni. And this is a very meaty and not so fatty, if that's the right word to use, sausage. So it does really, really well. Not really a greasy sausage. And I'm sorry, you can hear the bread machine is mixing. It's mixing all that dough up all nice for us, so we don't have to worry about it. Just put it in there and let it go. Alrighty, so I've got my sausage, and it's completely done. I've made sure that I've cooked it completely. It's nice and done. no raw pork. And I like marinara sauce because I just think it tastes really good. But it's a little thin, so, and this holds about a cup, this container here. So we're going to go in with that. And it has chunks of tomatoes in it. And not to mention that it smells really good. So we're going to put in some marinara sauce, but then I'm going to put in some tomato paste also to sort of thicken it up a little bit. And we're just going to stir it together really well. So you don't need much. Just a little bit of tomato paste to thicken it up. Like that. Okay, and I have the Great Value whole milk. I have 2 of them. Whole milk mozzarella cheese in the brick because I'm not buying that pre-shredded stuff. It's no good for you. Go back and look at my other video when I told you that it was bad for you. Go ahead and Google it so you'll see what they do to the stuff that's already pre-shredded. So I always shred my own. I don't want no extra nothing on my cheese, okay? So we're going to shred our own cheese. And boy, does that look really, really good. Now, it's really soft. And it is a little difficult to shred, but we'll get through it. All right, so it's doing really good. I kept it really cold on my bottom shelf, which is the coldest shelf in your refrigerator. You, of course, can use the, the part skim or whatever, but I want the whole milk. You know, I don't believe in none of that non-fat, low-fat, whatever. I'm going for the whole enchilada of the goodness. All right, so this is coming together really, really well. And this one brick is more than enough for 1 pizza. I'm going to be doing 2. I'm going to slice, well, the pepperoni is already sliced, but I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces because these are big pieces that actually go on a sandwich. But I love this brand. I think it is so good, and it doesn't have a whole lot of grease on it. So I love this brand. So this is why I'm using this particular brand. And y'all, this is so creamy. Oh my goodness. Just creaminess galore. I'm going to finish this up, then I'm going to come back. We're going to slice the pepperoni while the sausage is draining over there. And, that smells so good. So next is the pepperoni. I really like the way this tastes. And this is usually just what I buy when I'm making us pizza. Remember, you don't need a whole lot of toppings. A little bit goes a long way. And this is how it is, and the size of it. And all I'm going to do is just take my pizza cutter and actually just try to find the center. And we're just going to cut right down the center of it. You could put those big whole slices on there if you wanted to, but I don't want. You got to have room for your cheese to bubble up, okay? So you want your cheese to be able to bubble up. I'm try to stack these. Cut it again. This is really nice pepperoni, I want you to know. And this will be enough for 1 pizza. And then this will be enough for the second pizza. I have made sausage and onion pizza. Oh, that is so delicious. Okay, then this is for the second pizza. We're just going to set it right there. Okay, I've got my parchment paper laid and the pizza dough is ready. And I've got a little bit of regular all-purpose flour, and we're getting ready to lay out pizza. I'm going to pull this out, dump it on here, and we're going to sprinkle some flour. Yeah, pull this out. Get my paddle out too. Okay, there we go. Paddle it out. Pulling all the dough out. All right. So it did really, really good. I don't want to put too much flour on this. All the work has been done, and it just says all I need to do is cut it in half. So I think roughly that. To make two 12-inch pizzas. And I'm just going to set this one. That feels so good, guys. It feels so good. Set that one back in there. I'm just going to work with this. Now, let me tell you. So I've always tried the pizza. Well, it feels good. I've always made my own pizza using just a regular pizza pan. It's in bad shape. So I got another one, and I'm going to begin to stretch this as I'm talking. And this one has little holes in it. Don't really like it, but it's what I got. My pizza spoon is right here. I gave up using that a while back because that thing, I'm going to tell you, it's a piece of work. And so I gave up using that pizza stone because I just never could get any good results with it. So I now just use it for like a hot plate to set my hot stuff on. My cassoulet is actually sitting on top of it right now. So I'm just going to continue to stretch this. I'm just going to push. This is what they said to do. Yeah, that was way harder than it needed to be. But I got it in here. I'm going to put my toppings on and we're going to put this bad boy in the oven and bake it. I'm going to wash my hands, get all our stuff together. We're going to bake this baby. So we're just going to take and balance some, and then we'll go back and we'll spread it. All right. This is the easy part. I think after I got the hang of how I guess they wanted it spreaded, it went a whole lot better. Okay. All right, that looks so good. All right, I want you to see how the sauce is looking. Look at the little crumples in there. Then we're going to take our cheese. I got it in my oven preheating to, like I said, I always do mine at 475. So it's preheating to 475. I'm going to stick this in the oven. Let it bake. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Watch it. I'm going to let it bake for a full 10 minutes. I'm going to watch it because my oven cooks so fast. But that one brick of mozzarella, look at all the cheese that you're getting. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to save a little bit of that cheese. I need you to get a little bit around the edges. You don't want to leave our edges. You know how I am about corners and edges. But we want to put some just on top to kind of nail it down. All right, so we got our sausage that's been draining. And we're just going to use half of that sausage because we're going to make two pizzas. Okay. Like I said, it doesn't take very much topping. All right, that's enough. And then we're going to take our pepperoni. And we'll try to have a little bit of organization as we put our pepperoni down. Let's get it close to the edge. How about right there, and there. And then we're going to go in with some on top just to kind of hold it down. You don't want to cover it with cheese because you want the pepperoni and everything to show. Now we're going to pop it in our 475-degree oven. I'm going to check it after 10 minutes. Wow, guys, that looks great. Okay, guys, so I wanted to show you close up. This is what it looks like. So it came out very, very good. The pizza got nice and brown and rose up on the edge. Alrighty, so we're about to sit down and enjoy dinner. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Here it is. Delicious. It smells good. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. Be blessed, and I'll see you real soon.